Hi guys. I'm gonna give everyone a couple minutes to jump on the live. And if you want to join me on Zoom, which would be super cool because then we can all hang out, and see each other face to face. I have two things happening. So it might look a little bit like I'm not looking at the screen, but I promise I am. It's just like, which camera am I looking at? But join my Zoom, you guys. I have the link in our post in our group. And then I can see your pretty faces. Well, I have this song in my head that I've been listening to all day. Hi! I have this song in my head I've been listening to all day called Brother, I think it's called. I Need to Breathe, and someone else. Can you hear me, Christina? Okay, I can't hear you. I don't know why. Oh, maybe because you're muted. Oh yeah, I see you. You're muted. Okay. I'm gonna keep you muted for now because you don't need to talk. You don't need to talk right now. Hi guys, on the live. Just want to give a few minutes for people to realize it's 8. Hey Esther. Hey Stephanie. I'm gonna post the Zoom link in the comments of our live, just in case, midway through, you decide that you want to jump in and say hi and be on video and audio. You can actually completely mute your Christina's on the Zoom right now, and she's muted, so I can't hear her even if I wanted to. She has her camera on, so I can see her on video, but you can turn that off too if you're super freaked out. But it's cool because we can actually hang out, and I don't just see you on text. I don't just see you texting me or commenting, rather. We can actually have a combo. So I just put the link into the comments of this live video. So if you feel like jumping in, just click the link, and I think you may have to download the app. It takes 2 minutes, not even. Where are my notes? Oh, I lost my notes because I'm propping my phone up on my post-it note. Okay. How's everyone's weekend? How was your weekend? Hey, Linda. Talk to me for a hot second. Tell me how your weekend was. What did you guys do this weekend? I just got back from a hike. If anyone follows me on Instagram, you probably saw some of the video that I posted. It was beautiful. It was such a beautiful day. Look, I think I got sun. My face looks pinker than normal. It was a beautiful day. As soon as I saw it was going to be 60 degrees today, I said, going hiking. So I go to Cold Spring. Not Cold Spring Harbor on Long Island, but Cold Spring in the Hudson Valley, New York, and it takes a little over an hour on the Metro North to get there, and it's just so beautiful. The town is so cute. It's got all these little antique shops. It's what you would picture a picturesque little upstate town to look like, but there's so many hiking trails up there. So I did this one that's actually a rock scramble, which means you're pretty much hand and foot climbing at some points, and some points it's a little steep. It's a little steep, and I can't look down because I'm afraid of heights. So in those moments, I just the things that I say to myself are really funny sometimes, but you know what, it works and it gets me through. So in the moments where I was a little bit nervous because the edge was a little bit steep, I would just say, the mountains got you. The mountains got you, Christine. Lean into the mountain. The mountain's got you. So that was what got me through, but it was really fun. And the whole time I'm thinking like, God, this would be so fun to do as a meetup. Like if a bunch of us got together and we picked a date that worked and we all met up there and we did like a group hike. Would anyone be in for that? I think it'd be really fun. I'm going to organize it. All right, I don't want to waste your time because I totally appreciate you just being here on a Sunday night with me. Oh, yay, okay. I'm so excited when you guys tell me what you've been up to. Ate a super healthy breakfast at the diner with friends, egg white omelet with mushrooms and spinach with fruit on the side. Your weekend sounds better. I mean, your omelet sounds pretty damn good. And who doesn't love diners? Especially Long Island diners, or I guess New Jersey diners. They're the best. Hello. All right, so I don't want to take up too much of your time. I totally appreciate you guys taking time out of your Sunday night to hang out with me. Hey, Kelly. And I have a couple things I want to talk about today, all of them really good. And then we'll get to the fate of the warrior workouts at the end. So the first thing I want to touch on is I've gotten a lot of feedback from you guys about the workouts, but I would like some more. But some of the feedback that I've gotten is I fell off. I started really strong and I was doing the workouts 4 or 5 days a week, and then a few weeks in, life got crazy and I got a new job and my kids got sick, or I got sick, or my autoimmune disorder started to flare up, or I got super stressed, or I got really distracted, right? Like life things, real life things, but things got in the way and had you get off track. And a lot of you have said like, I'm doing my own thing, but like some days I'm off, some days I'm on, and I really wish that I could be consistent. I really wish that I could find a way to like figure this out, because I do feel so much better when I move my body. But how do I work it around these life things that come up and I don't always have control over? And I totally hear that. In one of the first lives I did when we first started the 45-day beta program was about like when you commit to do something that's going to change some part of your life, that's going to transform some part of your life. This happens a lot with my personal training clients when they first sign up. Something happens where it's like the universe is testing them. And it throws a bunch of challenges and obstacles in their way, almost testing them like, are you serious? Like, are you serious about that commitment? Because we're going to throw a bunch of crap in your way to make you double down on that commitment. It happens all the time. And it happens to me as well. It happens to me as well when I commit to signing up for something that's going to take me to the next level, whether that is personally, like self-development wise, or even business wise. It happens. And I'm almost like now preparing for it ahead of time. I'm about to embark on a whole new business, I guess just coaching, like leveling, and to help just grow this. And so it's crazy how things already start to come up. So anyway, back to getting back on track. So I wanted to offer you a few key pieces of advice that work for me and that I use with my coaching clients, my personal training clients as well, to help them shift their mindset off of what's not working, just like all of the negative spirals that we go down when we repeat a pattern that is not so good for us. So if you're me, when I repeat patterns that aren't so good for me, I tend to think really badly about myself, tell myself like, God, you do this all the time. Failure. Okay, all right, just making sure. So my first suggestion to help you get back on track, whatever that is, if that's doing the warrior workouts, or if that is doing your own workout, or if that is moving your body in some way, just getting you back into the habit of doing it. My first thing is drop whatever negative emotions and thoughts are coming up. Thoughts and emotions just happen. We don't actually have that much control over what is happening. They're automatic. And just because they're automatic doesn't mean that you have to attach and catch those thoughts and emotions and hold on to them and believe them. They're not all true. Yes, they're real and they feel like this is my truth, this is what's happening, but they're not true. They're actually not. They're not facts. They're just what's coming up for you in that moment. So if you are experiencing guilt or shame or just thoughts that are keeping you from going back and just starting up again, doing one small thing, whether that's comparison to your past or whatever, I want you to literally just drop it. Just let it go. Maybe easier said than done, but the more you get into the practice of doing that, the better. And that doesn't mean that you are just like not taking responsibility or you are not going to learn something from this experience or from this quote unquote failure. It just means that you don't need that emotional stuff to drag you down and hold you back and weigh you down, because you're not going to get anywhere by doing that. The second thing is look at that experience and pick one thing that you did learn from it. So for instance, I was talking to one of my clients recently and she got really frustrated because her autoimmune disorder flared up, and for her that makes her really tired. It makes her body ache, and moving at a certain intensity actually increases that flare up. Exercise is a stress after all, and even though it is a good stress, if you're in an autoimmune flare-up, it can actually increase that stress and cause more pain in that moment than you would normally if you were just in a recovery state of that autoimmune disorder. So anyway, during that time, she learned, instead of berating and just saying, oh, I can't do it, blah, 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 she decided to learn when I have a certain amount of triggers happening at once, when life is stressful, when I have a lot of commitments, when I have a lot going on at work, and I'm working out in a high intensity way, my body doesn't like it. It's too much for my body. So number one, I need to learn how many of those triggers sort of need to be aligned for this flare up to happen. And when it's getting close, or when I have a lot of things that are being stacked, I need to, one, up my calming practices. So whether that's meditating or taking showers or doing other anti-inflammatory things, like really honing in on her diet and the foods that trigger her. It is doing more anti-inflammatory work, like doing cryo cold therapy, or taking really specific supplements that are for anti-inflammatory, as well as doing movement that isn't so intense. So in her case, there's specific times where high intensity work is just not going to be the greatest for her body, and so she will do something less intense, like stretching, yoga, going for a walk. So when she dropped the emotion and the self-negative talk and decided to look objectively at the situation, she was able to learn something about herself and her body and take that forward with her so that she can continue to take steps forward and hopefully get into a better place where her autoimmune disorder is not flaring up anymore. It's completely in remission, which does happen. So we got two things so far. Drop the emotion, pick one thing you learned. The third thing to getting back on track is, this is one of my favorites. Say one thing that you are grateful for about yourself, about your life. When we really experience gratitude and feel it, it leaves no room for scarcity. It leaves no room for self-hate. It leaves no room for what I don't have enough of or what I am not enough of. So a lot of the time when I am in a place like this personally, I will say that I'm just grateful for the fact that my body can move in the way that it does whenever I want it. And sometimes mentally that's not the case, right? Like mentally we can feel in our own way, and that could be the thing that sort of makes us feel like I can't do it. But physically, there's nothing holding me back. There's nothing holding me back from going outside and going for a walk, or doing a workout here at the Warrior Workouts, or going to class, or going to dance. My body can physically do that. And when I really feel like how much of a blessing that is, and because we all know if you've ever been injured, or there's ever been a time where you're sick or something where you can't move your body, all of a sudden you're like, God, I can't wait to have this cast off so that I can go and move as I want to. Or like, wow, I didn't realize that I needed my left pinky finger as much as I did until I broke it, and I can't pick anything up, right? Like all these things. I didn't break it, but I hurt my wrist a few years ago, my right wrist. I'm a righty, and I couldn't pour I literally couldn't pour a tea kettle. It was impossible for me to just like turn a doorknob. And I just kept saying to myself, wow, I am so grateful for the fact that one, I have my left hand, and two, when my body is healed, I can do all of these things with it that I don't want to ever take for granted again. So the third thing is get in touch with something that you're grateful for about your own, oh my God, about your own body or your life. We had a phone accident, Christina. Okay. All right. And then the fourth thing on getting back on track is literally do one small thing right now. As soon as this video is over, you're going to shut me off and you're going to put on your favorite song and you're going to dance for 3 solid minutes and do one small thing, and that's going to be your getting back on track. Moving your body. I don't care. It's 8:18 p.m. We're going to finish this. It's going to be like 8:30, 8:45. It doesn't matter what time of day. It doesn't matter that it's a Sunday. It doesn't matter that it's not a Monday. It doesn't matter that the whole day you did a bunch of crap that made you feel like crap and you're not proud of and you're feeling really guilty about. It does not matter. I'm going to save this phone before it falls again. It does not matter, because you have a moment right now and you can do something right now to shift that and choose to move that. That's it. It can be the smallest thing in the world. It could literally be you walking up and down a flight of stairs, but because you're doing it with intention and it means something, that is your shift. That is your action. You with me? Who's with me? Bueller? Where'd the comments go? Christina, you have any comments? Good. Thumbs up. Okay. So the second piece that I wanted to talk about in the nutrition department is pretty basic, but still hard to do. So the more and more research that I do on nutrition and how it impacts our mental health, specifically anxiety and depression, which are symptoms that are directly tied to our inflammatory system. So it is not strange that someone with an autoimmune disease, which affects their inflammation and immune response, could have similar symptoms, or at the foundation they may do the same things that someone who's struggling with depression and anxiety might do, even though it's manifesting as two different things, right? Like autoimmunity and depression, anxiety, they're two different things. You're having different symptoms, but at the core, they both stem from some kind of inflammation that's happening in your body. Sometimes that's a gut health issue, sometimes it's something else, but either way, it is an inflammatory-based issue. So the thing that works across the board, and to every single person that I meet who asks me about diet, who asks me about what is one thing that I can do to make healthier choices, is cut out the processed foods. just doing this one thing, processed foods, out of what you eat on a regular basis every single day, has such a drastic change from the inside out that you will never want to go back to eating processed foods ever again once you feel how you feel by not consuming them. When I say processed foods, I literally mean foods that don't naturally grow in the earth. So, what does that mean? You could kind of say any food that has a food label, any food that has a nutrition label, because in some way or another it's processed. But let's go with the large example, I guess I would say, which is, obviously I don't have to mention processed sugar, but I will. Processed sugar, cookies, candy, cake. Then we can go into bread, we can go into pasta, we can go into, of course I'm drawing a blank because this always happens, anything like that. Now, when I say this, I feel like there's two parts of me that one feels like, yes, this is the thing to recommend to people, because when you are able to completely cut these foods out, and I'm talking like for the regular basis, like Monday through Sunday, let's just say you have 3 meals a day, right? 3 times 7 is what, 21? I don't even know. Why do I give myself math to do when I can't do it? Let's just say the majority of your meals, 9 out of 10 of your meals are whole foods, and 1 out of 10 of your meals has processed foods in it. That's what I'm talking about. The thing about this that shifts your mood is it starts to clean out the crap that your body has going on in it from a gut health perspective. I know we mentioned this briefly, but I know some of you had some interest in doing an elimination diet from the perspective of overcoming depression and anxiety and identifying foods that are contributing to that flare-up, also contributing to just overall inflammation that's happening. Some of you guys expressed interest in it, and I'm thinking that in the next round or so of the warrior workouts, the warrior evolution, we will incorporate that as a group so that we can do it all together, because it is challenging and you really have to be on top of yourself if you're going to commit to it. But I also want to have you guys go into it with the right perspective, because even though it is a diet, meaning it's a temporary thing, and then we introduce foods after it's done to see what you're reactive to, if you go into an elimination diet with a poor relationship with food, it can trigger eating disorders. So that's why I'm a little bit hesitant to do it, because you really have to be in the right mindset that this is something that's going to heal me. This is a therapeutic diet, meaning that it's something that is going to help reduce not only the sugar cravings that I have, but the overall malaise that I've been feeling, or maybe even as extreme as triggering depression and anxiety or causing autoimmune flare-ups, different things like that. You have to really go into it having it be completely about like a future long-term shift, and not a weight loss thing, not a scale thing, not a I can't ever have these foods again thing. I'm scared to even find out there are foods that I can't have because I'm afraid to give them up. That is why I'm hesitant about it. But if you guys are willing to do it as a group, I'm willing to dive in there with you and work through it with you guys. So that's my second thing. The third thing is I'm going to be reaching out to you all, if I haven't already. I've reached out to pretty much the majority of you about getting feedback about the first round of the warrior workouts. A lot of you guys said you loved it, you loved the workouts. Some of you said you wish they were longer. Other people said I wish that there was more like mobility stuff. So things like that, I'm just saying I'm open to feedback. don't worry about hurting my feelings. Don't worry about like saying you didn't like it, whatever. Your feedback is so valuable to me because this program is for you, and if the people that it's for have ideas or suggestions or things that they're saying that are missing that I just don't think about or that I could do better, for the overall improvement of the program for you, that is where I'm coming from. So please don't hold back. Be super open. I promise it's not going to hurt my feelings. I want to hear it. So as I reach out to you, please share that with me. And then of course, if you have testimonials about what you did enjoy and what you do want more of, please share that with me also. Okay. So the last thing that I want to talk about is what's going to happen. We finished the 45-day beta test of the Warrior Evolution, which incorporated a lot of the Warrior workouts. So what are we going to do? What is going to happen? So the good news is it's continuing and it's evolving, of course. Why wouldn't it be called the Warrior Evolution if it wasn't going to be evolving? So what I want to do is continue the program, but it's going to start again, if that makes sense. So we will start it off as a continuous program, and right now it's not going to have an end date. It's just going to be something that's ongoing. So instead of being 45 days, day 1 to 45, we're going to start again day 1, and then we're just going to keep it going. And the reason I want to do this is because I would like for people to have this as a way to be consistent. Sometimes when we have an end date to something, we feel like if we fall off track, that the end, I don't know why, but the end date sort of like screws with people's mindsets, and it feels like, I don't know, it just psychologically they stay off track. I don't know why, it's just the pattern that I notice. So I want to make it sort of like this ongoing monthly thing. There's going to be some additions. So first and foremost, we are going to have more like alternatives. So there still will be the 22-minute workouts Monday through Friday, but I'm also going to offer consistent mobility, because that is just something that is so important. And so many of you guys have said, I love the workouts, but my lower back, but my hips, but my knees. And I want you to feel like you can build up to doing the workouts or have an alternative to do if you're not going to do a high intensity thing, that there will be some kind of mobility that you can use to just have your body feel better. The second thing is there's also going to be option of doing shorter, less intense workouts. So they'll be only maybe like 10 or 15 minutes long. They'll be less intense, and they'll be interspersed with the high intensity stuff. And then I'm also, because there's been so many requests, going to have a special workout section for just core stuff. So just abdominal workouts, just core workouts, and that'll be like 10 minutes long. A lot of you guys have said, I love that you do 10-minute workouts, 10-minute core workouts for yourself. When I wake up, part of my morning routine is doing a 10-minute core workout, and it's to wake me up. It's not even to train my core to be stronger. It's purely just to wake me up and move my body. But a lot of you guys have said, I would love to have something like that, so I'm going to incorporate that too. The next thing that's going to take this to the next level is I'm going to incorporate one coaching call a week with me. Like one-on-one coaching call a week with me. So that's for accountability, number one. Number two, so that we can talk a little bit more specifically about what's going on with your mindset, with your health, and we can start to guide you. I can start to guide you a little bit personally with that. So that can really, you can use that call once a week to, for whatever you want to use it for. It can be for accountability. It can be to just like recharge you, or you can use it as I want to have you work with nutrition with me, or I want some more guidance on what supplements to take that are going to support this, or I don't know what to do about my flare-ups or about this elimination diet, and I need someone to really meet with me every single week and talk with me through it. So that's something that individually we'll figure out, and everyone's coaching call will be a little bit different. So it'll be one 30-minute coaching call a week with me. And then the thing that I'm like kind of the most excited about, I am really excited about the coaching calls, but I'm gonna do a live workout every single Monday morning. It's called Never Miss a Monday, and if you are around, which I hope you guys are, and like shift your schedules for this, and I'm open to changing the time, FYI, but it's gonna be early. So right now I have 6:30 a.m. every Monday morning. We're gonna do a live workout. Who would be around for that, and who would be down for that? Christina, can you do that? Chat. Yay, cool. Yeah, I thought 6:30 would be a good time because it's gonna be like the same 22 minutes, but with me talking and everything, it's gonna be like 30 minutes. And this, I'm gonna have it on the Facebook Live, but I really want you guys to do the workouts with me on Zoom because I wanna see you working out with me. Like, how cool would it be? It's like I'm leading the workout class, like as if we were all in the same room together, but we're just on video together. But like I'm making this commitment to getting up with you, to working out at 6:30 a.m. every single Monday live. And if you were able to be on video, just like as we work out together, then we could talk, we could laugh, we could just like be like, I can't believe we're doing this right now at 6:30 in the morning. And I just think it would be really, really fun. So if you're down for that, I'm gonna start it tomorrow. Like, why not? Why do we have to wait a week? I'm gonna start it tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, Monday, first Never Miss a Monday workout, 6:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So yeah, I'll make sure you have all of the info for that. But if you're on the Zoom, which Christina is, and the link to the Zoom is in this comment, that's where I'm gonna host the workouts. So you will be able to log into Zoom, and then that's where you'll be able to see me doing the workouts. Tomorrow I'll probably do it on Facebook Live just so you can, because it's the first one. But Zoom is where it's at. So the deal with this is if you are wanting to continue with the Warrior workout, the Warrior Evolution program, because now it's a full-on program. We got lots going on. We got nutrition, we got high intensity workouts, we got ab workouts, we got mobility stuff, we got coaching calls, we got Never Miss a Mondays. If that's something that you want to continue with, you have a week to decide. So starting tonight till next Sunday, you have a solid week to decide if you want to continue with it. And if you do, you are going to sign up for that to continue at this link that I will post below. Hold on, I just lost my place. But it's thewarriorevolution.com/TWT. I'll post it in the comments. And basically you have an option to do different payments. So the first option you have is just month to month. So you can cancel at any time, but you just pay per month going forward. And the month to month is $127 a month. You have a week to decide, and I offer 3 days free. So even if you wanted to sign up and just like start doing it, try it for 3 days and see if you are into it, then you can always continue or cancel, whatever. The second option is to sign up for 90 days. So the 90-day option, which is 3 months, which I like to say it takes 30 days to make a habit. It takes 90 days to really solidify that and make a transformation. The 90-day commitment is total $291, and it breaks down to being $97 a month. So the month to month is $127 per month. If you do the 90 days, you pay up front, it's $291. And then if you want to just hang out with me all the time and just commit to being my best friend for the next year, you can do that also. So the yearly sign up commitment is $684 per year, and so that works out to be $57 a month. So I'm just gonna put that information on the in the comments, but when you go to the website, there'll be all the information that you can enter and choose which plan you want. You have a solid week to decide, and then it's over. So you have some time. But tomorrow, join me Monday morning, 6:30, bright and early, except it's gonna be dark because of daylight savings. So not bright and early anymore. Dark and early. Just dark and early. But we'll still be bright inside. So definitely do that, and thank you guys for being live with me and hanging out with me, and yeah, I'm excited for this week. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your night. Bye, Christina. Good night, guys. Bye.